Welcome once again to Timeless Reality, where we reflect deeply on life, reconnect with truth, and realign ourselves with the timeless natural laws that sustain human existence. I am Amuche Okoro, and today we are discussing something many people are feeling, but only few are talking about it openly. Our topic for today is the death of community. How individualism is destroying society. We are living in a time of technological progress, global connection, and modern convenience. Yet, strangely, people feel more alone than ever before. Families are closer through phones but distant in hearts. Neighbors live side by side but remain strangers. That is the truth. Communities exist physically but no longer spiritually. Today we will reflect on what we have lost, what we replaced it with, and how we can restore balance without rejecting progress. Now let's go. Looking at the good old days of community life. Believe with me that there was a time, especially in African societies, when community was life itself. Children were not raised by parents alone, they were raised by the village. Every elder then was a guardian. Every child belonged to everyone. If a child misbehaved, correction came immediately, not out of hatred, but out of collective responsibility. Communities gathered to clean their environments. People shared food. Celebrations were collective. Burden was shared. Nobody slept hungry while neighbors had abundance. And because people lived under watchful care and shared values, society became disciplined. Respect was natural. Responsibility was learned early. Character was shaped by communal living. Community created accountability. Let us look at our community as an African identity. Yes. Communal life is deeply African. Our cultures were built on unity, cooperation, and shared existence. The philosophy was simple. I am because we are Ubuntu. Identity was not isolated. Success was collective. Pain was shared. But gradually, in the name of civilization and globalization, many Africans began to abandon communal values. Individual success replaced collective well-being. Privacy replaced responsibility. Competition replaced cooperation. We started copying lifestyles that promote extreme independence, even when they conflict with our spiritual and cultural foundations. And slowly, the community spirit began to die. Now let us consider the rise of extreme individualism. Individualism teaches self-reliance, which can be good. But extreme individualism teaches something dangerous. It teaches I owe nobody anything. This mindset weakens society. People stop caring about neighbors. Families disconnect. Elders become lonely. Children grow without guidance. Everyone becomes busy with personal survival. But human beings were never designed to live emotionally isolated lives. Yes, we are supposed to form harmony. When community disappears, loneliness increases. When loneliness increases, anxiety and social breakdown follow. A society may become technologically advanced, yet spiritually empty. In considering the spiritual benefits of community, let us look at it. Yes, community life carries deep spiritual benefits. When people live together in unity, compassion grows, Humility develops. Patience increases. Love becomes practical, not theoretical. Community teaches us to tolerate differences and grow emotionally. Spiritually, unity creates strength. A connected community produces positive collective energy, encouragement, protection, and emotional healing. Isolation, on the other hand, weakens the human spirit. Many emotional struggles today are not caused by lack of wealth, but lack of belonging. Human beings thrive where they feel seen, supported, and valued. Let us go to the part 5 of this discussion. Security benefits of community life. Community also creates security. In strong communal societies, neighbors know each other. Strangers are noticed quickly. People watch over one another naturally. Crime struggles to survive where community awareness exists. But when everyone isolates themselves, society becomes vulnerable. People no longer know who lives next door. Security camera replace human connection, yet fear continues to grow. True security is not only technology, it is collective responsibility. A united community protects itself naturally. Section 6 of our discussion, I put it as copying without consideration. Here, let us speak honestly. I want us to be honest. Many people now believe anything foreign must automatically be superior. But my people, wisdom requires judgment. Not every lifestyle that looks modern is healthy. Some imported lifestyles promote selfishness, emotional distance, and spiritual emptiness. Civilization and technological advancements are good, very good. This discussion is not in any way against progress. Technology connects the world. Innovation improves life. But reality remains timeless. That which strengthens humanity, unity, compassion, shared responsibility must never be sacrificed on the altar of modernization. The internet and social media are powerful tools, very powerful. But when they replace real human connection, society weakens. We must use technology without losing humanity. Now let us have a self-reflection and ask ourselves, are we guilty? Let us look inward. How many neighbors do we truly know? How often do we participate in community well-being? How often have you gone for your closed meeting, your street meeting, your community meeting? How often do we ignore collective problems because they do not affect us directly? Many of us criticize society while silently contributing to its breakdown. We desire safe communities, but avoid communal responsibility. We want disciplined children but reject collective correction. We long for belonging while choosing isolation. This message is not to condemn us, but to awaken us. Because restoration begins with awareness. Now, the timeless reality remedies, most important. One of the most important parts of this discussion, the timeless reality pragmatic remedies. I want to speak to you on the practical steps to revive community spirits. Number 1, reconnect with your immediate environment. Know your neighbors, greet people, build small connections. Community restoration begins locally. Number 2, participate, don't isolate. Join community efforts, environmental cleanliness, shared support, local initiatives. Presence builds unity. Number 3, raise children collectively again. Encourage respectful correction and mentorship from trusted elders. Children grow stronger when guided by many positive influences. Number 4, use technology wisely. Let social media support relationships, not replace them. Balance online connection with real human interaction. Number 5, practice shared responsibility. Stop saying it is not my business. Healthy societies grow when individuals care beyond themselves. Number 6, preserve African values with modern wisdom. Embrace progress without abandoning identity. Modern tools plus timeless values equals balanced civilization. Become a builder of community. Do not wait for society to change. Be the person who reconnects people, encourages unity, and spreads kindness. One awakened individual can revive an entire environment. In conclusion of this message, I urge you to restore what was never meant to die. So, my dear listeners, the death of community is not inevitable. It is a result of choices, and choices can change. Progress should not make us strangers to one another. Civilization should improve humanity, not replace it. Let us move forward with technology in our hands, but humanity in our hearts. Let this message make us reflect deeply. Let us stop blindly copying lifestyles that weaken our spiritual and social foundations. Let us rebuild connection, responsibility, and unity, starting from ourselves. Because when community lives, society heals. Until next time, live in truth, walk in the light, and let your life be a timeless message to the world.